Welcome to the session on why use the test picture booklet. Well, there are a number of reasons why we use the booklet. The first is the silver fern and test concept connects with Kiwis. Generally speaking, a New Zealander will see the silver fern and have a connection to it. So when we go with the booklet, it's a great way to start the conversation. Another reason why we use the booklet is it contains a number of diagrams and pictures which help understanding. For most people, they'll only retain so much information through words, but when they start seeing pictures and diagrams, their understanding is often helped. So that's another reason why we use the booklet. The booklet contains plain, everyday New Zealand language. We don't get caught up on a whole lot of Christianese or Christian slang that non-Christians don't understand. We just keep the language plain and simple so Kiwis can understand it. Booklet also is a simple way of starting a conversation with someone. Quite often we'll just go up and say, "Hey, have you done the test yet?" And a person will go, "No." "Well, come over, I'll show you." So it's a very simple way of starting a conversation with a person. The booklet is also easy to learn. Having a lot of diagrams and pictures and not a whole lot of writing or words, it is very easy to learn how to use it. It's another benefit of the booklet. The presentation is not too long. It's not like a 45-minute monologue. It's about 3 to 4 minutes, and that's great for you who's trying to share the message, but also for the person receiving it when they realise this is not going to take all day. Another reason the booklet is good is it's theologically accurate. We've tried to balance off some of the major themes of the Bible and put them together so they balance off each other and it's clear and accurate. That's important when you're sharing the gospel. The presentation also honours God, and our goal with everything we do as a Christian is to glorify God ultimately, and so same with this presentation. We try and lift God up and help people understand why it's so important that they know Him and they surrender their lives to Him. The presentation can be easily taught to someone for multiplication, and one of the reasons why we put it together is to help people not just communicate the gospel themselves, but train others to proclaim the gospel. And so this multiplication process happens. And we found the booklet very helpful for that. The booklet helps keep the conversation on track. And maybe some of you watching this have had conversations, spiritual conversations with people that have just gone off into all sorts of tangents. You've been, led astray with red herrings, and this booklet will help you keep the conversation on track. The person, as they're watching, they'll see that it's systematic and you're just flipping pages consistently, and they'll be less likely to interrupt or bring up a question. So the booklet will help you keep the conversation on track. It also helps lower the intensity for both the person sharing and the person listening, as this tool becomes the focus. It's almost like you're watching TV together. You're just providing the audio and turning the booklet over, providing the images. So the intensity is lowered. If you try and talk with a person about spiritual issues and you're eyeballing them the whole time, it can be very uncomfortable for both you and the person listening. So this booklet will help lower the intensity for you. The booklet's engaging. It's not a boring presentation, and again, with the images, the diagrams, it is interesting. So you're not going to have someone, hopefully you won't have anyone fall asleep during your presentation. The booklet's balanced. It has both the law and grace, and both those are very important in any gospel message, but we've tried to balance them off so we're not overemphasizing one over another. That's important. The booklet can be practiced and used over and over again. Because it's laminated, it's a durable card, it should last you a long time if you take care of it, and it's just something you can continually improve and practice with until you get very familiar with it. The booklet contains a link to the Questions of Life website, and you might find at the end of a presentation a person has a question you can't answer. Well, with the booklet you can say, "Hey, that's a great question. Can I just invite you to visit this website, questionsoflife.com, and you should be able to find some good answers there." And so if you're halfway through a presentation and they do ask a question, you can always refer to the site and then keep going through the presentation. So you get back to the main thing, which is the gospel. The booklet will help build confidence as you know what to say and where the conversation is heading. We've found a lot of people when they start out trying to share the gospel, they have full of fear, and one of the contributing factors to that fear is just the fear of the unknown. What is going to happen? Once I start a conversation, what's going to happen after that? Where is it going to go? And when you've learnt the presentation, you're going to have a lot less fear because you'll know where the conversation is heading. And you'll be able to keep it on track, as we've already mentioned, so that'll give you some confidence as you go out to share the message. Last reason that we believe that the test booklet will be helpful is that it contains the most explosive message on earth. And that, of course, is the gospel message. Anytime that message goes out, we believe that the Spirit of God, the Holy Spirit, moves on our behalf and on behalf of the message and makes it potent. We cannot save anybody. We can't change them, convict them, or save them. That is the work of God alone. And so be confident, be bold, be encouraged that whenever you take this message out to a non-Christian person, there is dynamite behind it, and it's the power of God for salvation. So thank you for taking the time to go through some of these reasons why we use the booklet. I pray God will bless your efforts as you seek to reach lost people with the gospel.